Hey, Mr. 202, we got your Texas Star 667 right here, and got it making watts for you. Basically, there's two issues going on. First issue was, just like you pointed out, I think you might have already knew, the key-in transistor. So 3906. This was bad, but honestly, it wouldn't even have mattered if this was good. It still was not going to key. There was a short up under the board. There was a short up under the board, and actually what was going on, sorry about that, my phone's been doing that. I think it's too hot or something out here. But anyway, some solder had leaked through the hole and had dripped down, and somehow it was basically shorting out one of the legs of the key-in transistor to the frame right here, and that's why it didn't even matter if it was a good key-in transistor in there, it wouldn't have been working. So I went ahead and fixed that for you, as you can see. And I cleaned it up too with some good acetone, make sure there wasn't nothing shorting out or anything. So we got the thing working, it's making watts now, and we're about to do your full power wire upgrade, just to show you. Oh, it's doing watts. This 1000 watt slug, a little bit under 200 watts. This is just on the old reference, I call it the reference supply. You ain't gonna get as much power off this power supply as you would different kind. Ooh, yeah, right there about 180. Ooh, yeah, just a tad bit over 400 watts peak. Just for a little reference there. Alright, man, we're gonna go ahead and get the full power wire upgrade done for you and do one more video. We'll hook her up to the unregulated 100 amps. Alright, bud, all done with your power wire upgrade. As you see, you now got 14 gauge wire going to the back of each transformer. Got some good 18 gauge wire now going to the driver. Got some good stiff 8 gauge. Got a good little length for you there on there. I try to do that when I can, when I got a little extra wire. I go through so much of it. Alright, man, this is just another test on the same exact, everything's the same as it was when I did a preliminary test. It looks like you've gained a little bit of power, a little bit of output, which is expected after doing one of these power wire upgrades. Alright, everything's the same. Voltage is on 14.5. Alright. Oh, right there at 200 watts RMS. I think it was doing like 400 peak last time. Oh, nice. So you actually gained right there about 100 watts peak. Oh, about 80 watts. Alrighty, man. Well, see, that will add up in the end, especially once you get to putting it on a good supply. And of course, you know, we all know it isn't like nobody on the other end is going to be able to notice that, but if you ask me, I think there's a better chance for the box to run a little cooler this way. And I know everybody does want to get the maximum performance out of their equipment. And it's just one of those modifications that definitely does not hurt anything to do it. I always done it to all my personal Texas Stars whenever I have time to do them. Alright, man, let's get this thing put on a good supply. Let's see what this thing's really going to do for you. We're going to put it on the unreg 100 amp supply. We're going to throw her up on the medium tap first, and we're going to hit her with the same radio we're hitting it with now. The 4-watt bench radio. Input reflect, by the way. Oh, looks beautiful. That's about a perfect tune, man, if you ask me. Dang near perfect. Oh, I don't even know if it's moving. Oh, it ain't. That's a good tune. It's tough to get these amplifiers to have a tune that good on the input like that. Alright, let's go ahead and get the unregged supply hooked up and see what kind of difference we get just by doing that. Still hitting it with the same radio. Be right back. Alright, brother, we got her hooked up on the 100 amp unregulated supply. She's floating at 18.6. She will be dropping around 14 volts, I just noticed. I just keyed it up real quick. Alright, man. RMS, 1000 watt slope still, looking at the top scale. 5 is 500, 10's 1000. I just said something completely wrong. We're not looking at the top scale. I was sitting there looking at it like, what? Top scale? Come on, Gatekeeper. We're looking at the bottom scale. The 20 is 200, the 40 is 400. Alright. Dude. What's this thing talking though, man? About 250? Right there, about 280 RMS. Yeah. Yeah. Right there, about 700 it looks like. Dead key in about 200. Let's put it back on RMS. See what it's dead key. Yeah, about 180. Alright, she's already doing 700 watts. I don't think we're going to have no problem at all getting a kilowatt out of this bad boy. And we're only on the low tap. Let me show you where the voltage is at. Medium tap, excuse me, which is the lowest tap we got right here. 14.5 volts. 14.5 volts. Alright, let's hook up the hot radio, and at this point, I recommend, if it was me, I would run the box like you see it. Just like you see it. If you want this thing to last good and long time for you. But it's totally up to you if you want to drive it harder, but this is a 667. So everything that I do after this point, I'm just showing you that the gain is there, what the box can do on the max end. I ain't sitting out here holding the key, nothing like that, just some quick burps, seeing what she's going to do. And just for the fun of it, we're going to keep it on the medium tap and see how much it sucks her down. I still love linear transformers, man. I love switch mode supplies too. Everything's got its place. I'm still a fan of linear transformers too. I like it all, man. Anything that gives me power. I still got so many of them. I bought from my buddy Real Deal out there. Mr. Real Deal, I know you're going through some things, big brother. Hang in there. We need you back in the hobby, cotton picker. Alright. Let's turn my Stickman Modified Cobra 29 on. I got a new addition to the arsenal too. I got my super hot radio, or shall I say my hot radio, which actually will do up around 19 bird, but I'm going to have it doing 16. I'm going to turn the voltage down and get it doing 16, so I can have 4 watts RMS drive, 8 watts RMS drive, and 16, so we're doubling the output in steps like that right there. Alright, we got the hot radio hooked up. Alright, she's hooked up, she's keying. Here we go. Now we're doubling our input drive from 4 watts to 8 watts RMS. Oh, look at that. We're almost 400 bird already. Good God almighty. Oh, right there. Under 400. What's that dropping to, man? Oh, 13.8 volts. I know this thing's hitting a kilowatt. If it ain't, I'll be a little surprised. Oh, close. That's 900 watts. Oh, right there about 900, maybe 880. 880. All right, we're just gonna burp this thing real quick on the high tap. What y'all think? No, this box working great. This box is working great. This is what I always do to flip it over to the high tap. I get my hand back here in no man's land and flip the switch and try not to electrocute myself. I'm just kidding with you. I didn't electrocute myself. I have bit myself one time back there before. Whew. All right. Thank God for them 18-volt bulbs. All right, we're on the high tap now. We're just going to do some quick burps, as I like to call them. Oh, almost 480. Oh, peak. Oh, over 1,000 watts. Oh, 15.5 volts. Do not run your Texas stars like that. Probably just woke up somebody. Ugh. I just get happy when stuff's working like it's supposed to. And I get more happy when I have something to do with it. Thank God for these hands. If I didn't have these hands and somewhat of a brain, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And I know what I was doing before I got in this hobby made me probably 3 times the money per year. And I could easily go back to it anytime I wanted to, because it was an online internet business that me and a buddy of mine started, and I actually single-handedly designed all the software that ran the business. I mean, we were getting close to having the business on almost complete autopilot. You still got to do customer service and all that stuff. That can't be autopilot, but actually all the work that was being done, I came close to it. And it was very fun too, because I love programming. I love coding. It's makes me feel like I'm alive, just like this does. So I still want to kind of merge things a little bit somewhat. I've got some stuff planned. I've got a personal goal on the side that I'm not going to mention out loud. But I do have a personal goal that I would like to meet when it comes to the internet things on YouTube. And I will meet it. You don't hear me say that much, but I'm very determined. I will meet my goal that I have set in my mind. Something's been trailing something. And it's just a nice, friendly goal that I want to get to. Alright. I know you ain't got no cover for this thing, man, so we're going to wrap this thing up good so that nothing bad happens to it during shipment. And get this thing off to you, man. I told you I'll give you some free connectors. I'm going to stand by my word and do that for you. Some free Anderson connectors for having to wait all this time. Plus, I'm going to give you a little discount, too. This fella waited a while for this box. I really hate it. It's embarrassing that he had to wait this long for this box. I really hate it. I really hate it. That's why I'm trying to do whatever I have to do to speed up things as fast as absolute possible while not taking away from the quality of things. That's my main goal. I will not start speeding through things. I can't. I just can't. There's some things I can't do, that I can't cross the line. I have to do the best that I know how to do at that moment. Alright, bud. I hope you enjoy, man. Hope this thing lasts you many, many more years. This definitely ain't going to be starving from no current now. I'll tell you that's the truth. This right here is what you had on it. Right here. You know, it was starting to get cracked, as you can see. Right here. You know, the wire showing. I mean, yeah, this has got some, I'd probably say it's more like 12 gauge, but they probably say it's 8 gauge. Me personally, these are fine to use on radios and stuff. It's going to be pulling a small amount of current, but I wouldn't use that for these. I personally wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I know it'll work and everything. I just, personal preference, I'd go to some Andersons, man. Some Andersons. And now that's another thing too. I'm about to make me another plug probably. Somebody's borrowing my big plugs that I normally use for on that supply. So as you can see, we got the 4 gauge coming down here into the big 175s. And I got an adapter right here, and it's just going back in the small 8 gauge. So, you know, it was still doing good just to be going through this little 8 gauge back into pretty much a 4 gauge. But, you know, that's just what I had to work with. I need to make me some, I should have already made me some backup cables. But I got some gator clips and stuff. I'll make me up some here soon. All right, I'm going, man. I'm going to quit eating up all this data. We're going. 73s. God bless. The Gatekeeper, northeast end of Georgia. Bye-bye. Who the heck's to you?